Hi, do you have a lot of tomatoes or are you in tomato season? Then let's save some by making some tomato paste. Yes, some homemade tomato paste, no chemical added, no nonsense added. So that is my tomatoes. I already washed it clean and I'm just going to slice them open so that we can release in the juices out as soon as possible and it's easier to cook and blend that way. So just cut your tomatoes into two. Some people used to take out the seed, but it's not so necessary since you're still going to blend them up. So I'm going to be steaming the tomatoes without adding water because they have enough water in them. And then you just steam it until it's softened enough like your hand can break through. So I was trying to stir it so that the ones at the bottom do not get burnt. Remember, we did not add any water to this method. So just steam it together and you'll see that there will be a lot of water at the end of this steaming method from just the tomatoes itself. Since it was a large batch, I was using two pots to make this thing, but at the end of the video I didn't complete for both batch. I kept one just as a puree without making it into a tomato paste. So look at how much water is coming out from the tomatoes just from steaming it. Ensure you are cooking on a medium heat so that you don't burn your tomatoes. So after steaming it, I allowed it to cool a bit and now I'm going to blend this in my blender so we can continue the process. Then you blend until it's smooth and you keep blending until you're done with all batches depending on the numbers of tomatoes that you are using. They are going to strain out the liquid. We want to get as much water out of it as possible so that it will reduce your cooking time. So I realized that the sieve was too small and I transferred into a large sieve just to get as much water out of this tomato puree as much as possible. So you do that until you're done with almost all the batches of your tomatoes that you steamed, and you allowed your tomatoes to steam out water as long as possible. Yes, you don't want to spend so much time just making a tomato puree or tomato paste. So at this stage you can just choose to just save your tomatoes puree like that in a jar, or you continue to make it into a tomato paste. See how much water it came out from that. So just transfer that into a pot and then we need to continue cooking this until most of the water in it evaporates or reduces completely. So now I'm going to be cooking this until the water evaporate, and this is the water we got from the first straining that we did. You can make that into a tomato juice by adding maybe pineapple juice to this, or you can just use it for other cooking. So you're just going to cook this until most of the water evaporate and it is as dry as possible, and try to sieve your tomato more as much as possible. I didn't strain mine so much, so yes, the cooking time was a bit timely. And then you watch how much water evaporates, like it's almost reduced in half. If you look at the pot very closely, you realize from where the journey started and where we are going. So yes, at this stage either you cook it completely until it dries, or you enhance the flavor by also trying to oven bake this in the oven, baking like dry it instead of steaming. So I placed that into the oven for 20 to 25 minutes to just enhance the flavor, and this is how it looks like in the first 10 minutes. Then I was just trying to say so that it doesn't get burnt, and then transfer back into the oven again for another 10 to 15 minutes until I was sure the water was completely dried. So then after baking completely at the duration of time that I was supposed to use, which was 20 to 25 minutes for the size of what I have, and you'll be so surprised by the outcome of this tomato paste, and it's so good. It had more flavor through my cooking than the regular store-bought tomato paste, and I kind of liked the mine that store-bought, and I don't think I've bought from the store ever since then. So if you're going to be making this, do try this method, and don't forget to drop us a review on how good yours turn out too. And thank you for watching. Bye.